phone, and I've got a telephone call. Good Lord. Okay, so it's Monday, June 29th, June 30th, 2025. It's 8 degrees Celsius outside, which is 46.4 degrees Fahrenheit. We're just talking about it's east coast low heading our way. We're going to get some really nasty weather starting late this afternoon, overnight into the morning, around 100 millimetres of rain, really heavy winds, 120 kilometres an hour. Very nasty stuff. We had one here back in June, the middle of June. So we can expect a fair bit of flooding, so we're going to have to check the goat shed a little later on before we go today to make sure everything's off the ground, because we do get a little bit of water in the front. But we know about it. Now, being the 30th of June in Australia, it's the end of the financial year. So a lot of people that own businesses, etc., will be doing stock take, which is a thankless task. I mean, I've done it enough in my own business. Well, I'll be honest, I didn't do it. I paid other people to do it. They were my employees, so why should I work? Why bark when you've got a dog? Isn't that right, Kyle? We've got our apprentice here working in the background. Matter of fact, there they are, Graham and Kyle. Kyle finally came to work on time. Do we dock him? Still docking?
No, all is forgiven.
All is forgiven. Oh, okay.
We bought us a cake this morning.
Oh, did he? What did he buy us?
Got us a couple of cakes.
Biscoff cheesecake.
Oh, Biscoff cheesecake.
Yeah.
Sounds very exotic.
So you must be sucking up.
Don't let that dog, goat see it, I should say.
Yeah.
Yeah, Monday mornings here, we're all into it again, and they're working on a Bronco there, so they've got our typical approach, take the whole mech board out of the head box, put it on the bench and work on it. Player unit's done, it's out, it's all done. Every adjustment on that player unit was out. It was, the reset arm was frozen solid. I had to soak it overnight in penetrine oil to get the nut off the back there. But anyway, we got it. I didn't want to break it. I mean, we do have spares, A1058 and A1059. But yeah, it's working flawlessly now. It's got 4 white cams. What does that mean, viewers? Does anybody know? What do the white cams mean, Kyle?
What for?
For the player unit.
How many players?
Yeah, but how many players is that one?
4.
Because you can see it in front of you. Otherwise you would not have had a clue. Yeah, if you've got 2 white and 2 red, they're out of a 2-player game. Gee, I'm a bastard to him, aren't I?
Yeah.
But anyway,
We'll wait our time.
it's all part of the fun. We've all been there.
I don't get angry.
Yeah.
The Empire will strike back.
Yeah. We've just put the replay unit in the ultrasonic cleaner. We just took that out and got Kyle to pull that all apart and put that in. So that's all happening. Nothing's changed for us since we last spoke to you. It's just we often do this on a Friday night for you guys in America. Because it's the first, tomorrow being a Tuesday, we thought we'd do it now while it's still Sunday afternoon, evening over in the States. Maybe we'll get a few more people tuning in. We do advertise this in our Facebook group. And that's the way a lot of you will have seen it, I would imagine, that we're having it. I should probably advertise it on YouTube as well, shouldn't I? But I forget. I only thought about doing this yesterday because it's on Saturday just gone. We did a fun, well, Friday night for you guys, we did a fun with the pinball thing, which was good. Only a short one this time, only went for a few hours. Lots of fun, those. Just behind me, shoulder over here, you can't see it in the photo at the moment, we've got a Jungle Queen. It's still apart. We had to send the playfield away. Those of you familiar with Jungle Queen, it's got a tiger right in the centre of the playfield, a picture of a tiger.
Yeah.
and this machine had mylar on it, and the mylar was buckled and it had to come off. So of course it pulled the paint off with it, and it didn't look too pretty any longer. So what we did, we've given it to a friend of ours who's going to make us a water slide decal and fit that to it. So that's all happening underway. Bronco was delivered to us last Wednesday. These people rang up about middle of March. So that sort of gives you a bit of an idea where we're up to. We've still got plenty of work. Now the good thing is with three of us here, we can get through a lot of stuff more quickly, but it still takes time to go through everything. So you've got 16 score reels.
We've done 8 already.
Already done 8. We've got to pull them apart. We've got to change the coil sleeves in them. We've got to clean the reels. Graham's doing that now, and one was filthy. It came up really nice. It's just, what are you using? Just
It's very unusual, and people are going to say, what the hell? What I'm using is warm tea
warm tea.
and autosol. So I just dust it off first.
Okay, just hold it up a touch higher for us. Yeah, righty up.
Try to get a new
Bit of rag.
a nice clean bit.
What happens if Spanky wants to drink the tea? Oh, okay, so you put the tea, then the autosol on the tea. And it hasn't affected the reel at all? Just clean that 1 and 2 so we can... Oh, wow. Yeah, that's good, isn't it? A lot of people use... I think you guys in the States are familiar with Dawn dishwashing liquid. A lot of people do use that.
Yeah, once you go around the reel, then you clean it again just with the warm tea, no autosol.
Right, okay.
And then if there's any bits left, just do it again.
Very good. Very good. So a little later on today, we've got a Gottlieb spin out getting delivered. It's one that Kyle just bought recently, and it's getting delivered here, I think, because there's no one at home, I guess. Is that right, Kyle?
I'll get it delivered here because Bill knows the place.
Oh, okay then.
No worries.
The delivery driver. All right. After we finish Bronco, we've got either another Jungle Queen,
This is the princess getting the queen.
another Queen to come in, or if that can't come in, a quick draw.
That's right, quick draw.
Quick draw.
And we've got
Quick draw or fast draw?
quick draw.
Which is a 4-player?
Fast draw.
Right. Oh God. No. At least we've got a 2-player.
Yeah, and plus we've got swinger in the background too.
Yeah, we've got that to do. Yeah. Yep. Yep.
And triple action.
Triple action.
Triple action. I haven't even got it written down.
It's on the list somewhere.
Right.
It's on the list somewhere.
It's on the list somewhere.
It's in there. It's in there. So we've got that happening. So Graham's still busy cleaning those discs on the or circuit boards on the score reel, and he just uses a little bit of WD-40 and a little bit of light emery cloth.
Yeah.
Yesterday was Sunday, and Graham was helped the chap pick up his abracadabra, so that's gone. We used it in our training course we held on Saturday the 21st.
Yeah, one goes, one comes in.
Never ending, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we've still got Graham's Klondike out there, which we've got to finish.
Yeah.
And or lightning ball to go in our pin fest.
Well, lightning ball's pretty well just put it together.
Pretty much, isn't it?
Yeah.
And pray it works.
It'll work.
It'd be interesting with lightning ball because that's the one where we took everything off the motorboard, all the relays and everything, to lacquer it. And every wire bar 2 on the reset relay fell off. You know, they had those bad solder joints. So I've had to guess a few of them, and it'll be a matter of if it doesn't reset, we'll know pretty well where to go and check out what we did wrong. Because I would imagine there'll be an incorrect wire on there somewhere.
Yeah.
We might have jagged it, but
Kyle said he's got it sorted.
has he really?
What is it? See,
All the wires fell off the reset relay on
it's like it's come off.
lightning ball.
Let's go. It can be a bug.
For those of you who watch our videos regularly,
Was that like that before?
we just did one on
So then you got to
how we go about doing a playfield top and bottom, and that video is doing quite well. So it's the last video up there. I think we've got about 313 videos on there now. So they keep building and building up, plus these live ones. But what I thought we might do while we've got Kyle here, we might actually do another video on the old ASFS relay about how we go about sorting them out. Well, there's a wire broken off the coil there, and that,
Yeah, we checked that coil. That was
that coil looks a bit funny, but it's okay.
That's an old one.
It's an old style
Yeah.
by the look of it, because it's got the cardboard type. So it's been changed, cardboard base on it there. I'll just have to make sure it says A489. So we'll have to check the schematic and make sure that is the right one. I'm sure it is, it's just someone's had the wrong style. So if anyone wants to see what we do with these, we have done a video on them before,
There's a while back.
quite a long time ago. We'll do one again. We probably have maybe refined the way we do them. I'm not sure if we've ever mentioned it, but we're forever looking at how we do things and how we can improve on things. And we illustrated that, I think, late last year with the drop targets, how we did a set of drop targets. Graham figured out he'd do it slightly differently and changed his ways. So, anyone out there going to say hi to us? No one said hello. We don't know. We've only got a few viewers. Maybe it wasn't such a good idea to do this on a Sunday afternoon in the States, eh? Everyone's out and about. It's hot over there, isn't it? Tell me what the temperature is where you live. I know some friends of mine said in southern Illinois just recently the roads were buckling under the heat. So you're copping it bad in some parts. So is it different on the east coast, like on the shore, on the seashore there, and the west coast? I don't know. I've only been to America in the fall. What else is happening, Graham?
We've got our new jackets to take to Tasmania.
Oh, yes. Graham's modelling our new goat shed hoodies.
Because it gets a bit cold down south.
It does, and we only picked those up week before last.
Yeah, very nice.
Now we are thinking about, speak about attire, we are thinking about getting another form of attire made. See what Graham's got on? He's got on a beanie, as we call them. I think you call them beanies in America or not?
Skull caps.
We're thinking about getting some goat shed beanies, and we'll have those available for sale. We're only thinking about it. We'd like in the comments to know if anyone's interested in it. So what they'd do, they'd have goat shed written on them and the Spanky logo.
Yeah, we decided that because they're not very heavy and they save on the postage and everything.
So let us know what you think about that. I've said this before and I'm going to say it again. We've got to invest our own money to get this. We're not a business. We're our own money, and you know, we've got to think about how much of our own money we're going to spend. One great thing about this hobby is you get a lot of advice for free.
Yeah, well, maybe we could invest Kyle's money.
We could. Has he got any money?
Yeah, heaps.
He's got heaps.
Oh, good.
He's got heaps there.
Well, there you go, ladies. Any offers for Kyle? I'll auction him.
Is he available?
No.
No. No, that's not what I...
Oh, he's not. Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Dear me. Oh, well, we won't auction him. We'll sell him.
High's better.
No offer's good enough.
Yeah.
Goodness me. So Graham's just putting the coil back in that score reel now. With the coil stopper casing.
Very tedious.
Yeah, it's sort of repetitive work, that isn't it? It's very boring.
Yeah.
I mean, even these steppers, like... Did I talk about that stepper? I can't remember. Did I?
Yeah.
All the adjustments that were out?
Yeah. Oh, not the adjustments.
Yeah. So this step unit, this player unit, every adjustment on it was out. Mainly because I think what's happened is the drive arm stop was broken. We found that in the head. So that stop there, they break. That was broken off. And this coil case was way too low, and therefore it threw these other two adjustments out, or someone had adjusted that and that. That's the jam stop to hold the pawl, the drive pawl.
Now you've got to go back.
So it's not often you see that.
Yeah. So what you do...
And if you watched all our videos, we go through those adjustments in some of our videos before.
Right, then you go back and you hold it there, get your finger, just back slowly.
The big discussion going on over here about a score
I'll
reel.
hold the weight and then put the score roll on.
We just got the replay unit in the ultrasonic cleaner at the moment.
Here, click.
Oh, Graham's just illustrating to Kyle how to put it together.
Oh shit. But,
Once again, we've done videos on Norse. We're not going to show you that. We want you to watch our video. And once again, we invite people to let us know what you would like to see in a video. Occasionally we get some good ideas. Probably one of the best ones we had was not this Christmas just gone, but I think the one before, we did one on what makes a score motor run continually besides the score reels. So we went through 5 basic things. There's quite a few things that can make the score motor run on.
Here she is.
Now, in our Facebook group is where we do all our troubleshooting. So if you're probably watching this, you most likely are a member of our Facebook group, but if you're not, please consider joining it. It's called the Goat Shed EM Pinball Repair Specialists, and you have to answer 3 questions. Now, we probably get better than 50% of people don't answer those questions, and they don't get admitted. They get a note saying that they need to answer the questions.
You look after the shed.
And maybe some of them respond, some don't. We're not looking to be the biggest group on Facebook, and I'm sure we probably could be if we let all the people in that didn't answer questions. But we want to kind of keep our community with people that are genuinely interested in electromechanical pinball machines, and those that do generally have a big interest in them, like we do. So please, if any of your friends, you tell them about our group, or you send them a link to it, they must answer those questions. All right, what are you up to now? You're still going there strong?
Yeah, never ends.
Never ends. It's interesting to note, isn't it? You can look at this plethora of wires and everything here. They all mean something. They're all, you know, been the what do you call it? The
Harness.
The harness. What's that stuff called? That they bind them with.
Oh, it's just their, I don't know.
It's got a name. I can't think of it. Yeah. All that looks like one hell of a mess, doesn't it? But everything means everything. Here you have a look at the relay bank just over here. Well, the relay banks. We have Z2 and Z1. Z1 reset score reels, 1 and 2, Z2, 3 and 4. And then we have the N, M and L relays, and we've probably got a K relay on this one, have we? Oh no, there's no over the top, is there?
No. Not on this.
No, 10,000.
Oh, yes, there is.
Is there?
Yeah, 100,000. Oh, no, I'm looking at that.
Oh, okay, you're looking at that then. Yeah.
Broncos.
He was looking at Jungle Queen, Jungle Princess. Really, what's happening now is once we've done this and we've finished the replay unit, we'll put it back together, lubricate and adjust. This will go aside, we'll put it back in the head box, and then we'll probably bring the cradle out and start on the playfield, strip it down from the top, clean and wax it, turn it over, and do the flippers. We already know it needs a flipper kit. I think we've got that covered. Probably AC pop bumper kits.
Well, I know what it does need, those posts behind the drop targets.
Yeah, so everyone familiar with Bronco, there's those 3 drop targets and there's 3 metal posts behind them. This game's just got nails in there and the metal posts are gone. So that should be fun. We'll have to have a look at that and see what's going on. We've got to try and fix that up to make the game more playable. Interesting thing about Bronco, in case anyone doesn't know, Ed Krinsky designed Bronco, and you know Eddie was a very good designer. Now at the time he was doing it, John Osborne was in his office, and as everyone knows, John worked at Gottlieb as well as a designer. And I think they were playing the game and they discovered that it was very hard to get John said it was very hard to get the ball back up the top. How about you take 2 of the targets out of the 5 bank and leave 3, and we'll put posts in there. Well, Krinsky thought that was a good idea and agreed. So there was a sort of a combined effort that you would never know, because Krinsky gets the credit for it, but John suggested to him that they do that little mod, and that worked out for both of them. Krinsky was happy, and John was happy that he took his advice. It would have been unreal, wouldn't it, as a pinball enthusiast, to be able to visit the Gottlieb factory. And, you know, I'm sure there are people around that did. I think that the days of the North Costner era for Gottlieb would have been the more exciting till they moved to North Lake. It's interesting, isn't it? The whole 3 factories of the big 3, Gottlieb, Williams and Valley, were all only a few mile apart in the Chicago area. And I believe when they were still going, Chicago Coin was not far away. I think in the early days, I think it was in Diversey Street, maybe, if I remember rightly. Gottlieb was in one part of a building and Chicago Coin was at the back of them, or in the lane off the back, or something like that, I've read. So that would have been kind of cool in those days, wouldn't it?
I'll take it off the spring. That'll get off the spring. Yeah, I'll take it out again.
So we weren't real happy with that, Kim. It was sticking a bit. So we tried adjusting the switches, but it looks like we might just have to take a little bit more off the spring.
Yeah.
Okay. So what they're talking about is the return spring on the score reel. Now, we pull these apart and thoroughly clean them. And this is a contentious issue for a lot of people, cutting springs. Well, I've said this many times before and I'm going to say it again. I started in the typewriter game in 1970, and almost from the day you started, the senior mechanic would come and show you how to fix something and would always suggest you may cut a little bit off a spring that was operated very regularly because it's stretched and stretched.
This is a 10 score reel as well, so it gets a hammer.
Yeah, yeah. And it makes sense. I mean, this is what, 1977, 76. You know, here's a machine that's 49 years old. What is it, 76?
7, I think it is 7. Yeah, I think it's
Okay,
7.
48, 49 year old anyway. What I'm trying to say is the springs get a hell of a caning. And it's funny, isn't it? Pinball Resource sell those springs brand new. So obviously they thought enough to provide new springs. It's because Gottlieb use a rack and pinion. You tend to get more friction on a rack and pinion drive than you do on a direct drive like Williams and Bally use. I mean, I'll be honest, we'd prefer to work on a Williams or Bally score reel than a Gottlieb. There's less involved. So you've just got to cut a little bit off the spring to help it come over the 9 to 0. The switch DACs can have too much pressure, downward pressure, and create a problem. But in this case, they were happy with them and they just decided to cut a bit off the spring. Anyway, that's what we do. If you don't want to do that, that's fine. We don't have a problem with that. But they'll find that'll make a big difference now. Well, come on, we've got a few people there. Okay, someone say hello to us. Tell us where you're from. Tell us how hot it is. I've just got to go and turn the ultrasonic cleaner on again and give it another run. Oh yeah, it's only at 37 degrees. We set our ultrasonic cleaner. We like it to get up to about 52 degrees to clean things. I've also got the Dremel charging up. It went flat. I was in the middle of doing this the other day on Saturday morning. There they are. I'm in the middle of cleaning them up. I got to there. Oh, hello from Brazil. Ah, nice to see you. Welcome.
What part of Brazil?
I don't know. He didn't say. What part of Brazil are you from? Kyle said. Have you been to Brazil, Kyle?
No, I've got a mate who used to live there.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I got up to here. That was the last one I cleaned. You can sort of see the difference. It might be a bit hard to see in the picture. I've got to do those two now. The damn Dremel went flat. The height of it all.
Some of those clothes.
That's Fernando Dutra. Hi, yeah, Fernando. When I was in United States last year, I met a guy, just trying to think, I think he's from Argentina, I can't remember. His name is Marcelo Blanco, and he does beautiful restorations on things.
Marcelo White.
Jukeboxes and pinballs and stuff like that. I don't know if any of you are familiar with Marcelo. I believe he'll be at Pinball Expo again this year. If you want to catch up with him or look him up on Facebook or Instagram or something like that. Beautiful work. Very nice chap. You can just see those pair with their beanies on now. We were talking about beanies earlier on. How good would it look with a goat shed beanie and a picture of Spanky on the side?
Well, get Spanky a beanie.
Don't forget, people, we want to know about those beanies before we make that investment. Would you buy one? Don't ask me how much they'll be. We don't know. Not too expensive, but an excellent piece of headgear. It certainly improved Kyle's head, although maybe not.
Yeah.
Oh dear, put it back. Yeah, he's had a haircut recently. That's why it gets a bit cold.
Righto.
How's it now?
Good.
Oh, nice. Check the switches.
Let's have a look. You can see that clicking over pretty good there, people. I think what Graham's doing now, he's looking at the switches. So you want the bottom switch to be closed at 0, the middle switch to be open at 0, and the top switch to be open at 0.
Put it back in and we'll start on them ones.
Remember, there's that chart available out there. It's on our Facebook page. There's been a lot of modifications done to it because there was an error there on the Williams one a while ago. A lot of confusion happens about that chart, unfortunately. I'm not sure. Pretty much the only difference was that there was 4-player games where they changed the switch configurations, and we've identified that in our videos and showed you how you can note that because there's a bug there. Greetings from Muggy Hot Human, Minnesota. Did I hear you say, hang on, you're currently working on a Bronco? I have one. Yes, we are, Sean. That's a Bronco's innards you're looking at there. We're in the middle of doing all the score reels and everything like that. So if you go back after and re-watch, you'll see the player unit we've already done. I'll give you a quick glimpse at that. That's just all been done up and cleaned out. It was totally seized, all readjusted, and the boys are just working on the score reels now. We see a lot of Broncos. Matter of fact, we see a lot of Broncos, Surfer, Surf Champs, Card Whiz, Royal Flush, Jungle Princess, Jungle Queen, and what have I missed?
That's probably about the
top ones we see more of.
We want to see more single plays from the 60s and Williams games.
Yes. Just give me a wedge head.
Yes.
Talk about Williams games, and once again, this is a video we did. It's the second last video we did now. A scoring problem on a Williams game. I'd encourage anyone that hasn't watched that to look at it. I think the heading on the thumbnail was it electrical or mechanical, and that's all I'll say. That game gave me a fair bit of grief, and it's quite surprising what the problem ended up being. Well, it wasn't surprising in the end, I suppose. I sort of suspected it from a way back, but it's all going now, and that's Williams Soccer from 1964. And we talk about a few different things on that. I like Williams games. I personally have a Williams Apollo, a Williams Soccer, as we just said, a Williams Full House, and a Williams Magic City. And have I missed one? No, that's about it. Williams games from the 60s have a special appeal. You have games with like the pop bumper down there in the guts between the flippers, or below the flippers to kick it back up or lose it. Spanish Eyes, Magic City for a start. Williams had the in the later games they had the ball pop up to stop it going down the guts. They had a lot of back box animation with pinballs in there, like Bowler Strike. Soccer's got it, just to name a few. Moulin Rouge is a clever game. They've got the artwork there, lighting up the artist's easel. Both Alpine Club and 7-Up are ski ones. Are good, enjoyable games, and they're challenging. Graham had a 7-Up here way before I came along,
yeah,
and
I wish I kept it.
Yeah, he wishes he kept it. It's a fun game. I always try and play one whenever I see one. Williams Heatwave was another good game. Touchdown. Both those aforementioned games had a animation in the back box. One was for the yards in the football in Touchdown, and the other was for the thermometer on Heatwave. And it's interesting, isn't it? Then in the 70s, that was in the 60s, Heatwave, Williams in the 70s, later 70s, Gottlieb had Centigrade 37, which had a similar type of setup. And they had to devise a whole new device to make the thermometer go. What was the hockey game that Williams had? We had one.
Yeah, Olympic hockey.
Olympic hockey. It had a little.
That had 2 credit wheels.
Ribbon set up in it. Yeah.
2 credit wheels with a ribbon.
Yeah,
to take the puck from one end to the other.
The other, yeah, that was pretty
very
clever.
Very clever.
Yeah,
had all adjustments and everything on it.
It's quite amazing what they did. Yeah, so, oh, what's happened here? I can't get me. Oh, there they are. You got a new back glass, did you, from Bagresto? Okay, great. And you need to do a bit of work on the score reels again. Well, once you get them dialed in, they're good. You know, they'll last. The biggest trick with any pinball machine, particularly multiplayer, 4 players, everyone only plays 1 player. And of course, they might not play 3 or 4 players till they have a party or people around, and most likely player 3 and player 4 start doing funny things till you've played a few games till the switches start operating and get wipe and get clean again. That's the whole trick. Use the game. Play them at least. I say to people, you know, at least once a month, you know, just play 4 players, a couple of, even if you just drain the ball. Just gets things working. So good luck with your Bronco. If you're in our Facebook group, we mentioned, ask questions away. We prefer not to answer questions in comments on YouTube. It's difficult because you can't cut and paste a lot of things that you want to, or I can't because I only have a cell phone. So we prefer that everybody gets the benefit of your question in the YouTube group, in the Facebook group, I'm sorry. And we have a few group experts there that help out. And like I've said before, we're just starting our day here in Australia, Monday. You're sort of starting to finish your day in the United States, particularly if you're on the East Coast. And the West Coast, you're 3 hours better off, but often you'll get an answer very quickly from one of your colleagues over there, or in that, for that matter, anywhere in the world. It's very interesting. We see our stats on YouTube. Our biggest audience is the United States. Our second biggest audience is Australia. And our third biggest audience is Canada. And then we have other countries like the UK, Germany, Brazil, Belgium, France.
North Korea?
North Korea? We don't have North Korea. No.
I don't know why.
No, I'm not sure. As smaller viewers, percentage of viewers. So it would appear that the biggest pinball parts of the world are, of course, America, Australia, and Canada.
And now Charlestown.
Oh, yeah. So Kyle over here, he's only recently got into the game. He came and saw us about July last year. He bought a pro football. Wanted to know if he could come round and watch us fix it. We said, yeah, and now we can't get rid of him. What have we got to do to get rid of him? But he brings nice things around a week, so maybe we'll keep him. Maybe we'll hang on to him. For sure. He's doing a good job there. Graham said he always wanted an apprentice.
Right.
But I think he meant someone a bit younger.
Yeah. Yes.
Probably a female. Not that one can discriminate any longer. It's equality.
Not that you can tell nowadays.
No, that's right.
Well, the application was sent, the advertisement was sent out, but no one applied.
Yeah, that's true.
The wage is really low.
Very low. Lower than a pregnant ant, as we say.
But you get our company.
Yeah. Ah, yeah. Well, so I think we've been going now for 39 minutes. And how many score reels you got now to go, Graham? You've got one and Kyle's got one.
I've got 2.
Oh, 2. Oh, you're on to play on 3 or 4, yeah.
Oh, I reckon probably another hour would probably near kill it.
Yep, okay.
Should be, the cooker should be ready for them parts by then.
Yeah, rightio, very good, yeah. I think I've showed you people this before. That's the wiper plate. So we take the snowshoes out, clean them all up, make sure they're rounded. Put new springs in if we have to. In this case, we didn't have to. and we'll put that back in. Very interesting. See, someone's gone to all this trouble at one point in time of putting marks here and here. They obviously weren't sure where it goes back. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but once again, if you check out our video, we'll show you exactly where to put that when it goes back on. It is important, or you'll get it all out of whack. All out of whack. Yeah, so I just received a message then. A fellow was checking out our live video now. He's recently got involved in pinball, and I think he's got a Buccaneer he bought off somebody. And one of our colleagues here has just sold him a transformer for it. The whole transformer was missing. My God, how do you... But he got it cheap enough. So, yeah, we've got him a transformer. Yeah. So he can't play it too much without the transformer. But yeah, that gentleman comes from South Australia,
Apart from that,
and he'll be picking that transformer up at our Pinfest in September, unless he comes over sooner. But I don't know that he will. I mentioned earlier in the live broadcast we held our training course. Not Saturday just gone, the Saturday before, the 21st.
Went very well.
Went very well. There was we originally had 5 people marked down to come. Regrettably, one person had to pull out. It was a lady. Actually, it would have been our first lady come to our training course. She's probably glad she didn't anyway. Oh God. But that was a shame. But she had some family problems she had to deal with, and another guy took ill. So we had 2 guys come down from Brisbane, and another guy from about 400 kilometre up the coast came down from a place called Coffs Harbour. Well, not 400 kilometres, about 4 and a bit hours. And I made a mistake. That fellow for the transformer comes from Victoria. My daughter just flew down to Melbourne yesterday from up here for work, for a conference, and by God, I bet you it'll be cold down there today. Melbourne's a city in Australia. It's very close to the the bottom end of Australia there, and the weather they get as well. Really, really, really. You can have 3 seasons in one day, as we say in the northern states. Okay, my problem is I work on the road, so I don't get to play my machine. I asked the daughter to play them for me to keep them working, but for some odd reason she doesn't enjoy playing as much as I do. Well, that's probably understandable, Sean. Don't know how old your daughter is, but excuse me. My kids don't enjoy the pinball machines, but my oldest girl's only 43, so they never really experienced them when they were younger. But it is great to see when you have these events, young kids playing the electromechanical games and looking at their faces when they hear the bells and or the chimes and the clickety-clack of the score reels turning over, and even the thwack of the replay when they get one, if they get one. It's just, there's something special, these old machines. I've always said they're analogue computers, particularly the way they're engineered with the score motors and things. They're just fabulous. If we didn't think that, we wouldn't work on the damn things. They can cause frustration. They've said this before to people. We get frustrated sometimes, or we can't fix something, so you know what we do? Tell them, Graham.
We call a backhander. No, we go inside and have a cuppa and think about it.
Yeah.
Or a beer.
Or overnight we go away and think about it, yeah. Because they can get to you.
And just don't let all the problems stress you out. You'll get there eventually. That's the thing. Just got to think about it.
I was perfectly normal. I came here 10 years ago. Now I'm not so sure what's going on.
Yeah, got a few issues upstairs, I think.
Oh, God.
Jesus, what were you like before?
Yeah, oh, pretty bad. Yeah. And of course, you know, we're getting on in years, or I am anyway, and you know, we've got Kyle, he's the youngest here. How old are you, Kyle?
56.
He's only 56. Providing we can keep him out of the pub and Spanky doesn't take him away on bad ventures to the pub, he might, just might, be able to keep the dream alive for a little while.
I don't know how he's going to go in Tassie with Spanky.
Yeah, he's going away to Tasmania with Spanky, my God.
He got barred from Bogue's Brewery.
Oh,
Yeah,
Spanky did?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
So we're not allowed to go back there.
Not allowed to go back there?
No.
Oh dear. Dear me. Oh, I've got a few more viewers now. Oh, and a couple more just popped up. Tell us where you're from, people. You know, we want to know. We're talking to you. We can't see you, but you can tell us where you're from. Say hi to us.
W, decoy. Sorry.
We've got the old WD-40 out there. Once again, using it as a cleaning agent with the score reel circuit boards.
So there's no traces left on it, so it's not going to catch a light.
Yeah, yeah. Absolutely. I noticed both Graham and Kyle didn't look like they had a shave before they came to work today. I mean, you know, at least you could be clean cut about it, you know, like, you know. Yeah, not me, you know, I'm clean cut. Yes. Oh, Graham, stand up and show everyone the back of your goat shed thingo. Hang on, let's...
Before he's in the way a bit.
There you go, people. The goat shed EM pinball repairs. I was down at the pub the other night and a bloke pulled me up and he said, oh, can you fix an Adams family? And I said, well, no, but I put him onto someone that can. We don't need to advertise the goat shed. Jim dropped in from North Carolina. I always appreciate your video. Well, being from North Carolina, I think in South Carolina you've got Ronnie and Joe Lyons down there. They're good guys. They make great videos. Thanks for saying hi, Jim.
Yeah, hi, Jim.
Hey, Jim.
I really do want to go to Virginia, the coast in Virginia, North and South Carolina, and have a look.
Does Jim know Marcus King?
Oh my God. Probably not.
He's a brilliant blues performer.
A blues performer. I don't know if you heard that, Jim. Is he from North Carolina?
Yeah, he's from North Carolina.
Marcus King, a blues performer. Interesting. I've never heard of him personally, but that doesn't mean anything. Yeah, I think that part of the United States is very pretty. I watched a Netflix thing called Waterfront, and it was made in North Carolina. I think it was on Wilmington. Really, really pretty coast. I just watched that last week. It's a latest thing from Netflix released here in Australia. I don't know, you've probably seen it in the States already. Wilmington, North Carolina, is that right? I can't say too much about it yet, but there's another interesting event possibly going to happen here next year. Not that it bothers you guys over in America, but Graham and I have been invited to speak at it, and Spanky. As I say, can't tell you too much about it. It's a little bit hush-hush at the moment, but we don't know all that much about it either, but we'll know more after the end of September. And we'll talk a little bit about that. What pinball shows are coming up in the States at the moment? I don't know. Are there any?
It's their off season, isn't it?
Yeah, the summer they don't, because it's probably a bit warm. I know they just had the two in California there. The one in near Sacramento, I can't think of the name of it. Lots of pinball shows in the States. Australia's starting to get a few more too. They're already advertising the one in Melbourne. I think that's at the end of the year or something. There's one in West Australia. It's pretty big now. We've got our Pinfest here in September. They had the one in Coffs Harbour earlier, back in March or something. There's the one in Tasmania, first weekend of August. That's the one Graham's going down, and Kyle and Brett and Spanky. But you won't be going to the Bogues Brewery because Spanky's been banned. Well, what did he do? Urinate in the floor?
They jumped in all the bloody the beer vats and that.
Oh God!
Yeah. Contaminated,
mate.
Yeah.
They drained the vat. And,
They drained it into Spanky's mouth.
Yeah. Goodness, that's scary. Oh dear. Well, this is all a lot of fun. I get to talk. No one else is saying too much to us. I think we might finish the video up soon. Yeah, can we think of anything else that we've got to talk about?
We've got OXO coming in soon. Just it'd be good to see because it's one I restored over 10 years ago.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Graham, when I first came here, Graham was sort of in the middle of doing up an OXO. New back glass, new paint job, new everything. And I think your intention was to keep it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But at the time, you needed some cash and you advertised it and it sold very quickly. So the guy that bought it loved playing it, him and his brother, when they were growing up. And so the guy bought it and we delivered it to him and he just absolutely loved it. And one day he phoned us up and said, look, he was moving house and he really didn't trust anyone to move it. Would we do it? Well, it's not something that we really want to do, but we named our price and he agreed, so we went and did that. Didn't hear much more from it.
Because the machine never missed a beat.
Yeah. About a month, 6 weeks ago, we got a phone call from a guy, and it turns out it was the guy's brother who we sold the pinball machine to, and regrettably, the guy we sold it to, he died. He upped and died. The big C got him. Only young too, he was. Yeah. And his brother's got it, but they hadn't been used for a while, so a couple of the steppers are seized up. Now, David H. just said a moment ago, if anyone saw that comment, how I get those comments back up, about checking the score reel wiper board jumper connection, and that's a very good point. One big thing with these is, particularly this style of score reel, if you get a machine that won't match or play on a replay, it's quite possible that... Where's your board, Graham? You've got it there.
It's not that one.
It's quite possible. Can you pull one out for me? Oh, that's right. I can't zoom in here. There's a jumper wire. This is the common. It goes from here to here, and on the other side of the board there's a big solder blob between there and there, and they break. Now, we've actually had them break down inside, so you get your multimeter and check them, and we tend to do that a little later on to make sure they're not broken, because if they do, that common's broken and nothing will work on scoring. I can't show you the other side of it. We haven't got a board. Oh, yeah, I can. Hang on. I'll get you one.
There'll be one in the drawer.
One in the drawer here. There's the score reel department.
Should be one of them.
Unscrew that for me. Oh, I can't see one easily.
Okay. Oh, that's just, this one here, it's right.
Hey?
This will be right.
Yeah.
There you go.
Just getting Graham to unscrew one of those for me, so we can show you. Here we go, look at that. There it is up the top there. Turn that over.
Oh, there's nines on there.
And you can see there's the big solder blob I was talking about there.
Get
Get that in front of you. That's the solder blob. and then there's the link on the other side going from there to there.
That's it.
So that's joined. That says C on there. See where it says C? Goes over to there and it's joined. So you sometimes get a bad solder joint here or inside. So very, very good thing to check. So thanks for that, Dave. We do cover that in our videos as well, but I mean, we do so many videos these days. I mean, I tend to forget some that we've even ever done. It's pretty easy to forget them with all the ones we've got in the library. I mean, all we can do is hope that they stay there. I mean, we've got no control over that. I know YouTube, they just go through and they wipe people's channels, but fortunately we've got a fairly good active channel. We've normally got anywhere between 400 and 700 people looking over a 48-hour period, which is cool. So they're still going strongly there. I was lucky. I was able to get that part. There's just a few score reels we use for parts. There's two different styles of these in the 60s. It's common 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Common 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Sometimes you can get the numbers around wrongly. Well, not wrongly, but they're not wrong, but they configured them differently, I should say is the right word. We had a domino in here one day and it had the wrong board on it, so it would never match on the right number anyway. You might have a 9 pop up and you get a replay and the light was on 4 or something like that. It was crazy. It's because they had the wrong style, old style board. That's a newer style board. This is the last circuit board they used on the score reels, this style, and it really was a shitty one. Really, really terrible. And while we're talking about play units, that reminds me too, I had this here a moment ago, let's get that out again. What Gottlieb tended to do, if you could see a game like Joker Poker, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, those multiplayer games that are up toward the end of their life, you'll see more rivets around here. Those rivets did different things. They decided instead of using relays that they had space, so they did some odd things. But that was pointed out to me some time ago, and I thought, oh wow, that's pretty cool. There is too. There. Don't be frightened to take these apart, people. It's not hard. The thing you've got to look out for on these is we like to get a meter and check all the continuity through the. That's a link there. We'd like to check all those links. Also, another good thing is that tell you where you can get caught. Oh my God, we like to check the continuity through all these too, and try and check all the wires to make sure you haven't got one broken away while we got it apart, because it can happen. We had that once before. Well, I don't think anyone got any questions or queries. Look, we're happy to answer them while we're here. But other than that, I think we'll end this video shortly. We've been going almost an hour. We don't like to go much over an hour. Probably boring listening to our Australian accents. G'day, mate. You going to go down to the pub tonight and have a schooner?
Yeah, put a shrimp on the barbie.
Yeah, not a shrimp on the barbie. Paul Hogan. Remember he did those advertisements in the United States? 20, 30 years ago now, to try and attract you Americans down under. And like, just to remind you too, if anyone ever travels to Australia from overseas, no matter where you're from, we're located 100 miles north of Sydney. in a place called Newcastle, and if you don't know that by now, you haven't been watching our videos, because I say it every time we start a video. And we're in the suburb of Glendale. There's a Glendale in LA area, I think, isn't there? And you can get to from Sydney by train. It's about a 2 and a bit hour drive, ride. By car, you get here quicker in a car actually, or by plane if you're keen. And you're more than welcome to visit us. We'll show you the goat shed. We had a Frenchman here in 2023, Andre Four. We have mentioned this previously, and he was amazed at what we do and what we have, and you know, all those filing cabinets you can see behind Graham and Kyle there, they're chock-a-block full of parts. The one immediately between the two, the grey one there, that's chock-a-block full of relays. We have a little bit of paper there above Graham's shoulder, above his right shoulder. That's a drawing was done by little Fiona Milsner from Rockford in Illinois. That's pictures of Spanky and Skanky.
Yeah.
We probably should put that in a frame or something.
That's Skanky.
Oh, there's Skanky. Where's Spanky? He hasn't not home from the pub yet?
No, he's here.
Oh, he's there too? Oh, they're all right. There he is. Filthy coat. Yeah, so yeah, you're always welcome if you do want to visit us. I think the great thing about going over to the States is we get so many invitations to go to so many people's places and see their collections, etc., which is very humbling, but sadly we can't get to everywhere. You know, America is a big place, and we are time restricted. When we go over, we're generally over there a month, and that's not long enough. 2022, I was over there for almost 6 weeks. That was probably a good trip, but it gets very expensive. Fortunately, I get put up by people. Saves me a lot of money, and I pay me way by fixing their machines or taking them out to dinner. Hopefully we'll be back next year, providing the worldwide situation is under control. Let's hope it is, so we can get over and see you guys again. Alright, well, I think that's it from us now.
Yeah, get back to work, Kim.
Yeah, I better, hadn't I? I got some work for Kyle to do.
It just gives you all his work.
Well, you got to fix this boy, you know. I mean, this is filthy, goddamn. You know, we're going to make a video. Look at that, viewers. It's absolutely terribly filthy. Oh, that's not working properly, and we got look at that. It won't. Oh, it kind of does work, really. Look at that. My God, but it sticks. Yeah, see, under its own power, it won't come back. This one's got, oh yeah, it's got 2 switch stacks on it. And that makes it hard. They're the switch stacks under there. So we're going to overhaul that now, just for the sake of doing it. I don't want to get my hands dirty, Kyle. I don't clean. I just had a...
You're the voice of the dead.
Hey, god damn, you know, like, what do you think this is? Bush week. Alright, viewers. Thanks so much for watching. Greatly, greatly appreciated. Till next time, this has been another Goat Shed presentation.
Kyle's favourite part.